Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is Who Said That? Gossip chat here and there, or whatever. Okay, not much has been happening, but little things have been happening. So we're gonna go to the blogs and just go screen by screen and see what is there to talk about. Okay, but first things first. If you have not done so already, take a moment to subscribe to my channel and mug on my whole Girl, it's 2 a.m. JayBird, dun, okay? And all the goodness. Do not forget to like, to comment, and to share this video. To also hit that notification bell to let you know when I have new videos. You can follow me on IG and or Twitter at J_Lees_Corner and all them things, okay? I cannot wait to put my hair back up in a ponytail and go to bed, okay? But I have a few pictures, not that many, because I was like, you know what, it's late. I don't feel like putting up 1,000 pictures, so we're going to just kind of go for what it is. So first up, honey, Solange. Solange came out on her IG today, and she confirmed that her and her husband, Alan, are separated. Okay, they separated earlier this year. Now, as she said, you know what I'm saying, we met 11 years ago. They had been married for 5 years. They had a beautiful wedding. Okay, this picture is from the wedding. Beautiful wedding. The photos were amazing, baby. I'm going to say this. I have a keen sense to when certain people are breaking up. Okay, mainly because you have to watch people's patterns. I follow certain people on Instagram, and so sometimes I'm like some ain't right. When Monica and Shannon was divorcing, I knew it months ahead of time because it went from her posting him to not posting, and it was just different. Okay, I can always tell. Okay, even with Solange, she usually was just more active on social media, and then as she said about 2 years ago, she just started to like not be on the like things changed. Let's just say that things changed, and what she said was on her IG post. The past 2 years have brought me more physical and spiritual transition and evolution than ever before. My body left me with no choice but to listen and be still. Within the stillness, I began my journey in confronting my worst enemy, fear. I've lived my best and worst moments in front of the lens and gaze of how ugly or no. Girl, let me make this big. Y'all know I can't see. Let me make it a little bit bigger, okay? Because I skipped the whole line. Okay, so I've lived my best and worst moments in front of the lens and gaze of the world since I was a teenager. I've always tried to live and my truth, no matter how ugly or full of love it is. I've also tried to carve out the space to protect my heart, okay, and my life as it unfolds, evolves, and changes. 11 years ago, I met a phenomenal man who changed every existence of my life. Earlier this year, we separated and parted ways. And then, and in parentheses, and though it ain't nobody's business, okay, I find it necessary to protect the sacredness of my personal truth and to live in it fully, just as I have before and continue to do. It is unfair to not have power of your own story as you shape and mold and rewrite it yourself. A nigga ain't perfect, okay? But I'm leaning into the fear of the unknown and all the glory and power I know exists within God and the universe's grace, okay? May all of your transitions, no matter how big or small, be kind to you and filled with incredible love and light, okay? And I thought that was nice to say or whatever. And again, I'm not going to say I'm surprised because I think anybody can divorce. I think, people grow, so I won't say I'm surprised, but I'm also, it's just, I think when I posted it on my IG, which y'all can follow me on IG, I put as wonderful as she is, I am pretty sure she will bounce back from this separation, okay? In divorce. Now, she did not use the word divorce, but I think we know what it meant. And so, I mean, they were a cute couple though. And again, when you start seeing somebody forever with their spouse and all of a sudden you never see them together, that usually means one or two things, okay? Usually it means there's some trouble in the water, okay? It doesn't always mean they're divorcing, but people are human. People have issues, so sometimes you may not see them together. And I think for her to, and they say she came out and said that because there's a video circulating that it looks like Solange. It looks like her. And some other man who isn't her husband just sitting at like a little outside eatery, whatever, and they're close. You can see her hand is on his leg or whatever, and they look like they having a good time. But again, it wasn't her husband. I think the thing is, before people say I'm cheating on my husband, he's not even my husband no more. So I have to, announce this so that y'all don't take that and spin it out of control, okay? And I'm like, I guess so. Next up, y'all, Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich is coming back on Sunday, girl. Everybody's so happy. Look, I have not had it before, but again, Popeyes announced it themselves on the 3rd, which is this Sunday. They will be bringing it back, and it'll be back forever and ever and ever. Now, the funny part is they say Sunday is like National Chicken Day. Is it National Chicken Day? What is it? It's National... no, it's National Sandwich Day, okay? And y'all know Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. So they're saying they're being shady by having their sandwich come back out on Sunday knowing Chick-fil-A is closed. So if anybody trying to get the sandwich, okay, just know it's going to be long lines. But Popeye said they not going to run out. They know what to do this time. I'm going to go and try to get one. It's a couple. It's like 2 Popeyes near me. Close to me, and I'm gonna drive and go get one and see how long it be. Okay, I'm gonna see how long it be, but we shall see. We'll come back. I kept hearing this story. Y'all know Romeo for Immature. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Immature back in the day. Romeo, who was the one I was in love with as a kid. Wore the eye patch, okay? So I heard this story years ago. Not sure why it's coming back out around now. Brandy. We heard that Brandy was the one who messed up your eye. And so while doing an interview, he said, well, yes, that is true. I heard that story a long time ago. I guess if you not my age, you wasn't around back then, you maybe did not hear it. But yeah, so he told the whole story about how there was hanging out or whatever, and how Brandy was fussing with Half Pint, who was the 4th member of Immature back in the day. Okay, back in the day. Because it was LDB, Little Drummer Boy, Half Pints, okay, Romeo, and then Marcus, BKA, better known as Batman, okay? So, again, there was kids back then, but she was arguing to do Half Pint or whatever, and she had a book in her hand, and she, flicked it, but she flicked it backwards. And I guess she did not know that Romeo was behind her. Book hit him in the eye. I knew that a long time ago, so I'm looking like, that's old news, but it was all in. I'm like, girl... But that's how old I gotta show my age. So people get on my dad. I'm looking like, okay, do we care? Do we care? Anyway, what's up next? LisaRaye. Lord Jesus. LisaRaye was on Wendy. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be no hater. I'm not trying to be whatever. But I feel like LisaRaye is riding this wave of old news. Okay, now I mean that by this. When what's the girl name? Nicole. When Nicole Murphy was messing with Lady Rashawn's husband, okay, LisaRaye kind of inserted herself in it, okay? And I feel like you and the man who you saying Nicole messed with have been divorced for 10 years. Not only that, on your own Uncensored, you brought up how y'all both was doing y'all own thing at that. So my thing is, you made an old issue come back up. Okay, now she was on Wendy. She even brought up on Wendy how, her and Nicole had a conversation about 6 months before. And this is even before the whole her and the Antoine Fuqua thing came out. So again, she said her and Nicole had a conversation based on the fact that at one point in time, Nicole was messing around with LisaRaye's ex-husband, who LisaRaye was also messing around with. Girl, I don't know. Anyway, and she said they had a conversation, how they, both are older women in the industry. They're both beautiful women in the industry, and it's just kind of foolish to be having issues or whatever. But again, this is before the whole, Anthony Fuqua thing, whatever. I feel like LisaRaye should have just stayed out of it. I feel like if you already had a conversation with that woman about what she did within your union, that as you out your own mouth said You weren't faithful either. That y'all were in a marriage of convenience, and y'all both were doing things, and you also had affairs of the heart while in your marriage. You can't sit and act like, oh, my husband was such a horrible person for what he was doing. If you knew it wasn't, you cannot go into marriage lightly. You cannot go into marriage and understand we ain't really here for love. It's like a business arrangement. If that's the case, you can't get mad at what anybody do. He can't get mad at you for what you did, and you can't get mad at him for what he did. The one you can be mad at is Dwayne Martin. Okay, when you said Dwayne Martin was the one who was running around introducing to women. Now that's what she said in her thing on Uncensored. On Wendy, however, she didn't say that. What she said on Wendy was he was around her husband when he would be messing with other women. So I feel like two different things were being said. And, excuse me, I wonder if she realized she said too much and now she backtracked just a little bit, because it's a difference between saying someone was bringing other women to my husband versus he was around my husband when he was with other women. I think that's two different things, okay? But again, she can absolutely be mad at Dwayne, because Dwayne was her friend. But again, I feel like, again, Lisa is LisaRaye, because her name was LisaRaye. LisaRaye is inserting herself in stuff that she don't need to. And then she said to her own, well, all I did was commented, you know what I'm saying, on the post about what Nicole was doing. And everybody blew it up. You commented, and then you was on TMZ, and then you. So my thing is, you consistently brought things up. And I feel like the situation with Nicole and Anthony Fuqua and Neela Rashawn is their issue. And LisaRaye just kind of jumped on the bandwagon a little bit, and I only said that because she said me and Nicole had talked. We had talked about, had a face-to-face conversation. So my thing is, you shouldn't have no issue with her now at all, because y'all talked it through. Period. So why do you want Nicole to come talk to you for what? Y'all already talked. What's gonna come talk? All she said was, I did not break up their marriage. She ain't lied, because you said I wouldn't give her that much credit. She did not break up my marriage. So my thing is, I don't want LisaRaye not doing another interview about her and Nicole. Mainly because I feel like, as women, if you've had a conversation with a chick who messed with your man or whatever, leave it alone. You giving too much energy. And my thing is, you ain't got nothing else to talk about. You have a new jean line coming out. I don't know what else is coming to talk about. Something else, okay? Just something else. I was kind of like, really, okay? Because when she said me and her talked. Okay, we had a whole conversation or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, before. Then why you still mad, sis? And I get that's her husband, she has a right. But y'all been divorced for 10 years. And when she said, I wasn't no angel, you know what I'm saying, I did my dirt too. So again, this should not be a continuing conversation. So I'm going to need Lisa to leave it in the past, okay? We all know Nicole ain't shit. We all know that. We understand that. If anything, I feel like LisaRaye is on a spree to what Layla Rashawn should be doing. Because Layla Rashawn is who Nicole messed with this time. I feel like I just want LisaRaye to go do something else with herself and put herself on a pedestal to, promote her own stuff. Don't leave Nicole Murphy dotting and bopping ass in the bushes with Evelyn, okay? Dotting and bopping, people going to bushes, that's what she at. Leave it be. But yeah, I was not, girl, I'm tired of hearing about it. And I'm a fan of LisaRaye. I love LisaRaye, but I feel like we cannot, as women, admit that we were in a marriage that we were both doing dirt. But you still mad 10 years later about this one girl. And when Wendy kept bringing up Roxy Diaz, because he used to mess with Roxy Diaz too, she had a much issue with Roxy Diaz. Well, I just seen Roxy in places that she should not have been. And she then was saying how, as far as with Nicole, that she had proof. She didn't say what the proof was. Don't make me pull out the receipts. For what? We don't need no receipts. We believe you, honey. We believe you. Leave it be. Okay, you can't move forward if you keep looking backwards to a man who you have been divorced from for 10 years, who you don't want, and as you say, you knew was a whole philandering asshole. So, girl, please move on and be the great person you are to be, but don't come back on my TV talking about that bullshit. Just don't do it. Next up, okay, Kevin Hart. Now, Kevin Hart spoke out for real, for real. Let's say, y'all, for real, for real. He did a whole, like, almost, was like a 2-minute video on his IG, just kind of documenting what happened since his accident. You know, people had mixed feelings about it, and I seen different YouTubers give their different opinions on it. I felt like this. The video showed, I have at least one still shot from it. The video showed him, not, needing help to get up, needing a walker to walk, healing from his accident. It showed some of his physical therapy. It showed him working out. It showed what has been happening for the past 2 months. Because again, the accident happened on September 1st. So that was 2 months ago. And people were just like, I don't know what was the point of doing it. Some said, oh, his friends who we seen in the video are paid friends and blah blah. I seen all kind of foolish things or whatever that were other people's opinions. People don't realize that when you're in a car accident, when you could have died, it don't matter if your injury was something minor or something major. You don't care if it took you 2 weeks to recover or 2 months to recover. You still have a different outlook on life. Okay, I told y'all, my car accident 2016, when I tell y'all as the car was spinning and flipping or whatever, I promise you, I was saying to myself, I'm going to see my father again. My dad had died a year before. I'm going to see my dad again. Oh my God, my mom going to be so hurt. I was having thoughts of, I'm like, because I'm dying. Because I'm the car accident, I'm going to die. That's what's going to happen. So when I lived, you have a different outlook on life. And sometimes you do look back on how bad you were a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. For me, 3 years ago. You do look back and say, dang, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't look at it in the aspect of he's the famous person who's trying to, be boisterous or whatever. I feel like he's a dude who was in a car accident who damn near died. He just happens to be rich. Kevin Hart has always been on social media. He's consistently on social media. So for him to be off of social media for like this whole time, just focusing on his health, I think that's a good thing. I think some people just don't like him. And he could have never, if he would have never spoke about the accident, why he ain't talking about it? But now he's speaking about it from his perspective, and people don't like it. I seen one person commented and said, he must have, why won't the other people speak up? Why ain't worried about them? Let them speak up for themselves. I don't think Kevin Hart needs to speak up for the other people in the accident. He already said, like, I wish them well, okay, health and hope and all. He said that before. And the one little bit of statement he put out when they were saying that Kevin may try to sue the driver, and he said he wasn't gonna do that, he wasn't the best or whatever. I feel like sometimes we have to be human and realize, did we forget the fight? Like a couple days after Kevin survived his accident, the dude LaShawn, who was the producer, died from a car accident. I feel like people shouldn't have to die for us to feel sorry for what happened to them. Like that man, did y'all see that car? It was crushed. It was crushed. It is amazing that they lived. People die from car accidents. Paul Walker died in a car accident. Kevin didn't. So why is it a bad thing for him to be, just happy that he is living and able to have surgery and be able to pay for the surgery and be able to come home to his kids and his wife? I think it's crazy how people just sometimes don't see the humanness and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And keep trying to put a negative spin on it. Accidents happen every day, all day. And when I saw it, I just felt like I could understand where he came from. Because again, my back still is messed up to this day. I ain't rich, so I can't afford to take a year off work. I had to keep going to work. You know what I'm saying? So he, even in the video, the doctor say like it'll be about a year before before your spine is kind of like 100% healed or whatever. And he said, okay, I'm not trying to rush it anyway. I'm gonna respect that timeline. And I feel like, why he come back after 2 months? Because he wanted to say something. How long would y'all want that man to stay silent? I wish him the best. I mean, the video showed that man struggling to walk. Okay, in the pain. Sometimes now when it gets too cold, sometimes it hurts for me to walk from the parking lot of my building to the very back of my building, because my back sometimes it just hurts, and sometimes it doesn't. So back injuries ain't nothing to play with. From car, and you think you're gonna die. If you look at the car, if y'all follow me on IG, y'all saw I posted my car from my accident, and people who didn't know me was shocked. Shit, that's, what I'm saying. Like, I mean, come on now. So, I'm happy he survives. I hope he learned his lesson. I don't think he wasn't driving. I don't think, because he was saying, oh well, supposedly his driver, security team came and got him. This is all things that never came from, like, it was all kind of speculation a little bit like that or whatever. I feel like, and sometimes you people do come get a person from the scene. Unless you hit someone, it's not a crime scene. It isn't. And when my accident happened, my mom came and got me. When she got there, we left. Now I was trying to leave, but they made me go to the hospital. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think I think we should not put conspiracy theories into everything, okay? And I mean, unless the two people he was in the car with come say, well, yeah, he, was. I don't think they had time to switch seats. I don't. And if the police said they had to cut the other people out the car, how did they maneuver that? So I'm just saying, like, leave that man be. Leave that man be. Okay. Okay, it's sad news. John Witherspoon, who we know from Boomerang, we know from the Wayans Brothers, we know from Boondocks. He guest starred on on the Fresh Prince. He guest starred on Mark. He had been on y'all know, Friday. He was also in House Party. He was an aggravated neighbor in the House Party. He was in so much stuff. But he passed away. He was only 77 years old. And the crazy part was, I had just seen the interview that he did on the D.L. Hughley show on IG. I saw like maybe 5 days before he passed away, and he was speaking about how he's still touring now, he's still doing comedy shows, how he was able to stay in the business for so long because, like, I played roles for my age. I wasn't the old guy trying to be the young guy, whatever. And I would continue my characters over the years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's very, very true. But he passed away. We don't know why. They said it was sudden and it was unexpected. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't sick. And there's not many details about what happened. But, I mean, he will greatly be missed. Y'all know the Boondocks is scheduled to come back on, and he played Granddad. So, excuse me, when I saw it, I was like, because sometimes for social media, when you scrolling and you see a older celebrity, you kind of get scared because you're like, oh my God, what happened? And when I see his face, I'm like, okay, I know he must be, it must be about the Boondocks or something. And when I seen he passed, I'm like, oh my God, I just saw him. He was just on. It was just 5 days. And I went to find. I'm like, I know I ain't tripping. And it was. So, I mean, he leaves behind a wife, 2 kids. His sons are of course older. He was actually born in Detroit. Okay, he started doing comedy like back in the 60s. He had been on tons and tons of TV shows, doing guest appearances here and there, whatever. John Witherspoon was like everybody's uncle. You know what I'm saying? He was a part. John Witherspoon is a part of the culture. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because his roles were so iconic. You know what I'm saying? And he had so many phrases and lines and movies that we just remember that, you can't think of him and get like a bad memory because he was always funny in anything he did. Even when he was on Martin as Martin's either the uncle or the cousin who had like an eye patch, and he didn't want nobody talking about his eye. And it was, you know what I'm saying, when he was on Fresh Prince as one of Will's girlfriend's fathers. I mean, this, he's been on everything. It was just, he's been on so much, and I know I'm forgetting some of the other things that he was on, but you know, so many stars came out. You know what I'm saying? It was so definitely just sad. You know what I'm saying? From Ice Cube, you know, Mike Epps, Tony Rock, who else? Some of the people who Tommy, this everybody, because it was a fucking shock. Okay, even when I saw Regina King comment, because again, you know, he played her father in Friday, and then because she played, you know, Riley and Huey on the Boondocks, you know, he was my granddad. So it was, you know, it was just sad to hear that he passed away. And I'm like, look, this is gonna sound crazy, but why everybody dying besides Betty White? I'm just wondering. Anyway, I'm just, you know, he will be missed. He would greatly be missed, but he leaves behind a legendary career, a great catalog of stuff, okay, that we can look at, you know, for years to come. And you know, I can't wait till my nephew old enough to watch Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, bang bang bang, bang. Oh girl, that's funny. Anyway, so yeah, you know, may he rest in peace, and of course condolences to his wife and his two children. Positive note, Jojo, you know, Jojo Simmons, Reverend Run's son, got married. Okay, he married his fiance, the mother of his child. The girl name is, I think it's Tanice, it's Tanice, and they said they've been dating for almost 10 years, and they have a daughter named Mia. I don't watch growing up hip hop New York, because they was janky. I'm gonna say that they were flagging our videos for pictures. So still shots that we were using, you know, to show y'all the characters, they were flagging our videos and saying, oh, you know, this is copyright stuff. So I stopped watching it and reviewing it or whatever. So, but I know they were on there. I know he wanted more kids, and she said, we ain't have no kids until we, you know, until we married. So hopefully more babies will come. But, you know, congrats to him and his fiance, his wife. Okay, to his wife. And who would have ever thought that the first Simmons to get married from, you know, where everyone's kids would be JoJo? Girl, I guess so. You know, because JoJo got a wife. Now, there was some other things I was gonna kind of just, you know, skim through. Okay, just skim through, because it's just so much. Now they're saying Beyonce is supposedly trying to be in London, girl, and do the Brown Skin Girls video. Brown Skin Girl. You know what I'm saying? But supposedly she was over there shooting scenes, and so they have like an open call for all kind of brown skinned people to come to shoot other scenes or whatever for 2 days. It supposedly took place on the 30th, no, the 31st, and also on the 2nd. So it was Thursday, and then tomorrow they're going to do a shoots or whatever. I can't wait to see the video. I feel like Beyonce has something coming. I don't know if I want more music, but I don't know. I feel like and I'm surprised she has not shown us her Halloween costume. We seen Jay-Z, and I believe he was like, I'm like, was he the dude from Pulp Fiction? I thought he was John Travolta's character, but I don't know. But yeah, so we heard about that. We shall see. Now, Meg Thee Stallion, and she has a boyfriend named Moneybag Yo, which I think is a weird name. Supposedly they broke up, okay? And he was saying how they was not even a real couple, how it was all publicity. But then he said that was on Tuesday or Wednesday. But then on Thursday, on Halloween, there was a Halloween party, and it looked like she was backing that ass up on him. So I'm like, look, I don't have time for the foolishness. I just either be together or be apart. I don't care either way. It's just kind of weird. Kanye West is supposedly mentally ready to tour. I ain't ready to see it. Look, I listened to his album. I was going to review it, but I didn't want to. It's less than 30 minutes. Look, Kanye's album is not a real gospel album. It really, really isn't. The beats were weird. It was just weird. It was weird. It wasn't bad, but it was weird. And I feel like it was a bunch of first verses just to some beats, okay? And at one point I'm like, what? It was just weird. I don't. If he go on tour, that's fine. I didn't like the album too much. I really, really didn't. I felt like it could have been better. I felt like he could have gotten better producers. Somebody even said he should have went to Kirk Franklin, because Kirk Franklin had mixed one of his songs with like a rap song beat, and it was really, really amazing. And I'm like, I think Kanye West be so in his feelings in his head that he don't think to properly do things. And like, you kept talking about this album, and it wasn't all that. It wasn't. And I'm like, whatever. T.I. was on the Breakfast Club, Lord Jesus. And he said that he felt like Iggy Azalea switched up after she realized that she got the white audience to love her, and that she did not need, us anymore. I don't think that's what happened. I think Iggy Azalea got popping, okay? She was popping really, really quick off that one song. I'm so fancy. I can't see the whole thing. And I think from that is what she changed for. I don't think it had anything to do with, her feeling like she did not need black people, but I do feel like she got to a point where she felt like she made it, like she fully made it, and she wasn't trying that hard. And that's what I think happened to Iggy. I do think T.I. should shut up. Leave it be. Okay, leave it be. But I don't want people to ignore him saying, because what he's saying is she could have been much better, a bigger star, had things not happened the way they happened. I don't think there's anything wrong with him saying that, because it's true. It's true. Iggy Azalea should have been a huge star based on the fame she got from Fancy. But once that happened, he said she was on social media too much. She was showing people that she couldn't rap that well. You know what I'm saying? She showed herself too much because she got the big head. And it's true. We forget that she was on stage and she was not rapping right. Like, it was all bad. And I feel like it's because she got so popular and she got too big for britches. She just kind of thought, oh, it's easy. And I feel like that was her downfall. Even though we speak of Iggy Azalea in a positive light as far as that Fancy song, and she had like a #1 album or whatever, what has she done for us lately? Okay? And it's how T.I. is going about it that seems, misogynistic, because that's what he is sometimes. But I think what he's saying has facts to it, but people are overlooking it because of how he is. But it's true. If you don't believe that, then that's on you. I'll be like, whatever, who really cares? Because I don't. I'm tired of the whole Tank debacle. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any man should be out sucking dick unless they gay. Kanye says God delivered him from sex and porn. Okay, if you say so. Have fun with that, bro. I just feel like also, but you married Kim Kardashian and made her, I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's see what the Jasmine brand is talking about, because they had a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to do one whole video and let it be that. Oh, I forgot. Well, no, they keep talking about Luenell had a fallout with Nene. Do we care? I don't think we can. Y'all know Luenell, the comedian, the black lady with short hair. She said, and it was a couple years ago, something like, why is it coming back up now? The issue that Luenell had with Nene was that when Nene started going on tour to do comedy, Luenell made a correct point, in my opinion. Okay, she said comedians who play comedy clubs usually have been grinding for years to be able to headline a comedy club. Nene came as a reality star, booking dates at comedy clubs, and she's not a comedian. And when Nene pointed out why she complaining about me, she helped Winnie Williams, and Luenell responded like, well, Winnie didn't do comedy clubs. She booked like little arenas, or not arenas. What did she say? She books something besides comedy clubs. Girl, I can't remember what the name of it that she said. Wait, let's see. She booked. What did she say? She was booking the theaters. Okay, it wasn't comedy clubs. She booked theaters to do shows in, and that's true. I think what Nene do and what Winnie Williams do is the same. Nene isn't a comedian. Nene just talks about stuff, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it isn't. It's like being a storyteller. But she's not a comedian. So I get what Luenell meant, but I also didn't care, because I feel like Nene isn't a comedian. I would not pay to go to a Nene show. I wouldn't, because I feel like I'm a rich bitch is all she'll keep saying, and I ain't got time to hear that. It will just give me a whole headache. But I need them to move on from that, okay? Porsha Williams talks moving forward with her fiance at the cheating scandal. Honey, it's a storyline. Why they acting like, oh my god, it's a storyline. Okay, not saying him cheating was one. I'm saying the whole thing, how we gonna make it work, is the part of the storyline. Her and Dennis got together really fast. She got pregnant fast. They had the beautiful, beautiful baby now. But I feel like it's all a part of the storyline. It's how Kenya and her husband is, because Kenya said how she thinks her and her husband can work it out. You know what I'm saying? How he loved it in Atlanta. They need to learn to communicate better. They gonna communicate better in season 13. Okay, this season's gonna be seeing them happy-go-lucky, then seeing them break up. Okay, that's season 12. Season 13 would be the reconciliation or the fallout from the divorce. Either way it go, it's a whole storyline. Okay, I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised at the all. Steph Curry broke his hand. I was like, dang, the Warriors are done for the season. And I mean, we not surprised about that. I mean, I hate when people get, break things or hurt things and they keep showing the video over and over. I don't keep seeing that, okay? Let that man's hand be broke. Let him heal, because he's out for at least the next 3 months for the broken hand. And I mean, I asked my friend, I'm like, what's worse, a broken hand or a messed up leg? Excuse me, y'all. And he said, no, the broken leg a messed up leg is worse, because with a broken hand, you can always train yourself to use the other one. And I'm like, well, I guess that's true. Ray J and Jackie Long could star in holiday movie The App That Stole Christmas. I mean, I need Ray J to be a full actor, not Ray J for Love and Hip Hop. I think Ray J, the actual actor, is good. Okay, Ray J on Love and Hip Hop, I don't like that. I don't want to see that in the movie at all. I cannot deal with that. London on the Track, baby mama argues with his girlfriend Summer Walker. I kept seeing that, and I'm looking like, why are y'all fussing on social media? I refuse to ever fuss with a guy I'm dating, baby mama, especially in public. For what? Girl, for what? Not with my goddamn money. I would not do that. Because that's just kind of foolish. Eva Marcel says Kevin McCall has been a violent deadbeat from the beginning. We know that. Ain't surprised. I mean, I think Kevin McCall wants to try to get custody, or try to see that baby they had together, because he is mentally insane. Okay, that man ain't been a good father his whole life, and I think he has to make steps to make his life better before he can kind of try to go see the daughter. Okay, because I mean, clearly, bruh, you have some issues. R. Kelly missed court hearing because of a toenail infection, and why is that news? I mean, he in jail. So do we care? No, we don't. That's just kind of crazy to me. Niecy Nash and her husband divorcing, and she spoke out. Look, as I told y'all, I can tell when things happen. When Niecy Nash, I follow Niecy Nash on IG, and she would consistently post her and her husband doing this or that and that and this. I saw it coming, mainly because when they see stuff was coming about, we didn't see him anywhere. All the things that he was going to, he was never with her. I said, why he ain't never around? When she was nominated for an Emmy, he went around. When she went to the Emmys, he didn't go. Ain't no way your husband don't come with you as your date to the Emmys, okay? And even though she always had on her ring, I'm like, they getting a divorce, and they ain't talking about it. But I knew it was coming. And not only that, she stopped posing him at all. The last time she opposed him, last time I looked, was in February. It was for Valentine's Day, and then that was it. And I'm like, and I noticed this a couple of months ago. When I'm like, why is she posting about her husband? Because again, I follow her, on social media. And then I seen how she had bought a new house. And she was showing the move was coming in, showing how she had to have the people come put stuff together. And I'm like, okay. But her husband ain't nowhere. Like, he ain't even in the background, like, eating a piece of pound cake, like nothing. I'm like, okay, they're not together. And I kept seeing it, but again, she had not mentioned it at all. And then, of course, on social media, I think it was either yesterday or day before yesterday, she announced that her and Jay separated and they're divorcing. I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised, only because I saw it coming. Completely saw it coming. Period. Okay, you want Carmelo and Lala. So they're coming too. Anyway, but she spoke out about it or whatever. People were saying that allegedly because she was out in New Orleans shooting claws and he was in LA, he didn't like her, kind of living down there shooting a show. He supposedly didn't like the sex scene she had in the show, and just different stuff that he didn't like that was causing them issues. And it kind of just got worse and worse and worse. I'm not surprised. They brought up her book where, I'm saying, how to, you can't fight when you naked. How she said, like, a blowjob away will keep the divorce away. I mean, but once you met your husband, blowjob don't help. So, but again, they were married for 8 years. They don't have any kids together, and they are separating. I feel like he got with her right around the time when she was about to be famous. Like, Niecy Nash has always been black famous with us or whatever, but I think when she got with him was right before Claus. It was a time to where she was bubbling, about to be blowing up or whatever, and she's blown up. They're saying that she got her body done. I'm like, no, I think she just got in shape versus getting her body done. But when he met her, she was a little bit thicker. And she's still thicker than this nigga now. She's still thicker than this nigga. But her body is amazing, okay? But they also say that played a kind of a role in it because she looked sexier to other people. And because, again, she's in New Orleans, he's in LA, it was an issue for them not being, together. And again, that's the look. Sometimes you marry, you can't be living apart. You can't, because it causes issues, okay? And I'm like, girl. But yeah, so they're separated, She said it was amicable, that it was, they both wanted it or whatever, and they still friends. And I'm saying? It was great 8 years, but they're going to be moving on. I mean, hopefully they both live their best life. Nicki Minaj got married, okay, to that man, the petty man. And when Wendy Williams spoke about it on her show, she kept bringing up the the past charges that Nicki's husband had, okay? And Nicki was on her Queen Radio show and she was upset about it, just saying how she don't get how Wendy, keeps mentioning, those things. And I feel like this. When you marry someone and it's your first marriage, they're going to say stuff like, dang, wasn't he accused and didn't he go to jail for this and for that together? Okay, I don't think her mentioning that was like crazy. I don't. And then, Nicki was like, why would she ask? Like, is it man? What's the manslaughter? Because it's a difference. It's a difference between if a person, went to jail because it was a car accident, and they still went to jail versus, I'll somebody, okay, on purpose. It's two different things. And I feel like Nicki but that's her husband, so she's going to defend him like she should. But I also feel like, girl, you are newlywed, married to that man. Don't care what nobody else say. Do you. Now, they keep talking about her ring, too. And supposedly the ring cost $1.5 million. I don't know where he got 1.5. I don't know why Nicki wants us to believe that he paid for it himself. I also feel like what's hers is his, probably. And so, because they're together, it could mean, the money is ours. Okay? And so, I didn't pay for it. We paid for it. I don't know. I just don't believe that man had 1.5 million. I just don't. I know Nicki do. And if she helped him buy her ring, I ain't mad about it. It wasn't like once they got married, it would still be just all her money and he don't get none of it. You know what I'm saying? Who cares who bought the ring? As long as he put some on it. That's all that matters. But she was not happy with Wendy mentioning that she was in a why she talking about me and her man had a whole baby on her. I'm like, well, he did. But they're divorced now, so I mean, it is what it is. Because I'm sorry we can't do that. I think that's pretty much it. Peter Thomas Lance Bravo warns husbands on RH Real Housewives that Bravo doesn't show men in positive light. Look, Peter, please stop commenting on the show. You have been off the show. Your ex-wife is re-engaged and getting married later on next year. Leave it be, bruh. We know how the men on that show gets looked at, but usually it's because of what y'all put out there. Okay, usually it ain't just the men. The women look crazy too. It's a crazy show, so don't act like the men are being, pointed out. No, it's all some crazy bull crap. Whoa, Vicky and Bad Barbie get into a hair pulling fist fight. That was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen on camera. I think them two little girls need to go sit down somewhere. Okay, where their mamas and their daddies. Okay, leave it be. I don't have time for the foolishness. Okay, it's just stupidity if you ask me. And I really did not care. I think that's all because I don't feel like going through everything else because I think everything else like little petty stuff, and we don't really care about really too much petty stuff. Um, oh, BET's The Games People Play was renewed for a second season. So Lauren London's show will be back for a second season, and I love it. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg tells co-host Meghan McCain during a heated debate, let me tell you something. When Whoopi told her, let me explain something to you, little girl, and she shifted in her seat, little girl, I said, oh, I've been waiting for this for the longest. I also wish they would have had more time for Whoopi to get in that ass a little bit more, because y'all know I do not like Meghan McCain. I think she's a spoiled, rotten little brat. I feel like she uses her father as an excuse to be a spoiled, rotten little brat. She is the definition of entitlement of white privilege, and she gets on my nerves. I really cannot wait for the day that she quits The View. I don't wish her no harm. I wish that woman well in life. Okay, I wish her love, life, and happiness, but off my goddamn television every day. Okay, I don't like it. She gets on my nerves. Okay, she irks every nerve I have every day. I see her on there. Just shut up, Megan. Just shut up, Meg. Anyway, and lastly, stars will be dropped from Comcast. I have Comcast, also called Xfinity, and even I got the email today saying they will be dropping stars as of December 10th. So when Power comes back on in January, I'm going to probably have to get the Stars app, which sucks because, well, if I can get the website or whatever, it's fine because I can still take screenshots from there. But I mean, I'm just like, girl, it just sucks. They may come to an agreement before then. We don't know, but they sent me an email today and said, you're gonna lose stars and you're gonna gain. I think the show the station called Epics. I'm my girl, whatever. Oh no! Lastly, I'll do this. Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales was on the Breakfast Club, just talking about the whole thing about the Emmy thing, how people was dragging her on social media, and all these things. And I'm gonna say this about that interview. Y'all know I am an Amanda Seales fan. I like her. I see myself in her, meaning people sometimes don't like it when you are yourself. And they will call you mean and a bitch and this and that and that and this. And so because I would never want somebody to look at me and say, well, I don't like her because she said things I don't like. I would not want that to be. I like how on the Breakfast Club she admitted that she knew that, she was responsible for how people felt about her. But 9 times out of 10, it wasn't her fault. Which meant she knew there were things and ways that she acted that she should not have. But she's not all bad. I also like how she brought up the reason she had an issue with the Emmy situation with her not getting to that party was because she said, I felt like, you as a black person, she said, there are so many other places we don't feel safe, but why can't I feel safe with my own people? And for this woman who I know I don't like her and she don't like me or whatever, but this was like a work thing, you know what I'm saying? It was like a work thing or whatever. So because it's a huge party, I didn't think it would be an issue. And she brought up how, one, she was embarrassed, she was humiliated, she was physically thrown out of a party by like 3 big old men or whatever. And as a woman, I can understand that. As a woman, I can understand, you assuming this is a black party, you know what I'm saying? And the show I'm on, was Emmy nominated, and also my HBO comedy special was also nominated. So, it's a black Emmy party. I thought, and I was invited. I was someone's plus one. So as much as people don't like Amanda and they love to find reasons to dislike her, I see myself in her, and I can't not understand her point of view on certain things. Not saying anything she was right. I told her before, I think she should have left alone when she said how, I felt like I was a black person around my black people and I still wasn't safe. And, that's when you should feel the safest. That should be your safe space around your own people. And if I'm not safe around my own people, then where am I safe at? And she cried a little bit. It was really just, she said she felt helpless, being in that situation. And so many times other people have been in that situation where they are helpless and they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like I felt her on that. And I think sometimes we have to let go of how we personally feel about her on every instance of what she did and realize she was embarrassed and humiliated by another black woman. Period. You know what I'm saying? It was a work party. Even I like how she said that she thinks that people a lot of times misunderstand her because they will hear someone else's opinion on something she said and it won't even be what she said. So, and I saw her say some things. I saw it for myself and I recorded it and I posted it. And about 3 weeks later, people were still telling me I was wrong and she said something and I'm like, that ain't what she said. And when I sent them to the video that showed her saying it, they then said, well, no, not that video. And I'm like, ain't no different one. This is what but people was quoting things and they were implying things that she didn't say. So I'm going to end it here and just say, I fucks with Amanda. And if I'm ever somewhere and someone I know is being, accosted or being kind of singled out, I would also go and try to help the situation. Not make it any worse, but at least not make that person feel alone. We as black people need to be more supportive of each other. And I don't mean in the midst of some foolishness at some club where it's some scoundrels in a fight. I don't mean that. But I mean like if I see my work friend or we're in a... Because I don't think nothing crazy was going on. Now, if I see some foolishness going on like in Coney Island, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to probably call the police when I get in the car. But at a regular nice function where someone looks like, they are alone and scared and just not, being supported, I would at least walk up and say, are you okay? Are you okay? And assess things from there. Because it could have been as easy if somebody just walked up and said, are you okay? And if she said no, at least she had somebody else there with her to walk out with her, even to walk her to a car. Okay? And that's how I feel about that. So I told y'all, it wasn't much. I don't know how I talk for down there an hour, but y'all sometimes like these long ass things to grace with this. Anyway, I'm done. I will see y'all tomorrow for Power and for Ready to Love. And then Sunday is so much coming up on Sunday. So, yay. Anyway, peace.